Hey there everybody, got another video of Dead Town Zombie Survival. This is my same base as last time, but it's another extra 100 days later. I'm not going to talk too much about this older section of the base in this video. I'm just going to go around and show everyone who may not have seen it, and then go to the new section, and then I'm going to run over to where the giant spawns and try and take out the giant on day 300 and see how that works out. So that one side where I just fueled up and over here are pretty much the only two things that aren't as symmetrical as possible. They still kind of bug me a little bit, but hey, I had extra materials and I'm not going to tear them down. So for those who didn't see it, over here this is my older section of the base, and if I stand in the middle, like where I started the video, then all zombies kind of filter around and don't attack any of those turrets or boundaries. They just try and run straight at me, and that makes it so I don't really even have to repair the walls. If there's something that's just slightly off screen, like a building, zombies will actually spawn in that area. So every now and then I do need to go around and repair those, just because zombies will literally spawn right on top of them and then run through. So like right here where I'm standing, I ended up putting up this whole wall because of a similar type of thing. All these zombies that are coming at the wall now are spawning pretty much within the base. There's a couple extra layers of turrets that should be slowing down or killing some of those zombies, and they're just literally spawning behind the turrets inside of my base. So like right here, all these guys spawning behind those turrets, because those turrets, you know, there's not a lot, but they would take those guys out in a pretty short time. But because the game kind of spawns zombies right off screen, then it does a pretty poor job of keeping them out. So anyways, I have all these buildings here, and yeah, basically have expanded quite a bit along the edges, and then in here I've got some oil generators, just because I've run out of nuclear material and my solar panels. I'll probably end up taking those out at some point and filling them in with nuclear generators. It just ends up so I don't have to keep refueling them all the time. But yeah, I have tons of potatoes in this one. I've stopped eating the rotten meat. It really works for as far as if you don't want to go out and collect food all the time and need something to not starve in your base, you can eat more rotten meat than it takes away from your health. So it's a pretty good alternative to finding real food while you're standing in your base, like at nighttime or whatnot, because it doesn't really matter if you have 75% health. If no zombie ever touches you in your base, then that's totally fine. So eating rotten meat is an option, but if you've got the room, do the potatoes. I've gone overkill on them. Like I say, I've got 1,500 there, and I pretty much just don't even collect them until I drop below that, and then I'll collect one batch, and it's over a few hundred. So a lot of stuff you don't really have to think about. So yeah, I've done some upgrades to health. I think a few to the gun and the robotic suit that I'm wearing, and then still waiting to do my last one here for that gunner. But anyways, let's head over and try and take out that giant. Let me just pop on a few of these usable items here. And then I'll wait to do the adrenaline until I'm right over there. I feel like the adrenaline, I'm not sure if all of them wear off at the same rate, but the adrenaline is definitely the most useful, so I will wait to go put that on over there. And then I always just check these L-shaped buildings here for any nuclear material. It's always worth checking it out in between when the bosses spawn. Pretty much driving between these and the hospitals. Hospitals is where you get the med kits and the adrenaline, which are pretty essential for taking out bosses. So in between days when you're killing bosses, if you go and collect that stuff, it's a good way of keeping the game interesting, because then you're out and about in the world and not just sitting in the base. which I feel like my base could be a lot better if I would have kept killing these bosses instead of just sitting in there the last couple hundred days. And just checking that I had the suppressor on the gun, because that does help keep extra zombies away from you while you're trying to kill this giant. Getting kind of rough, but all in all, not too bad. I had to use a few health kits, but health never got below 50%, so I feel a little bit disappointed that I haven't been killing these bosses more often. I've been out and about since my last video quite a bit, trying to collect nuclear material. But this was my first time trying to actually kill one of the bosses. Past about day somewhere 60 to 100, somewhere in there, I stopped killing bosses. And yeah, so that's basically it for this video. Let me know what you guys think, and if I should put in the time to keep killing bosses and see how farther I can get this base. Maybe I can get it up to 20, 25 buildings by the time I hit 400. Let me know. Thanks.